Once upon a time, beyond rolling green hills and fields of golden wheat, there lived a kingdom known for its shining palace and strict royal traditions. The people believed that princes were born to rule and villagers were born to serve, and no one dared to question this order. But fate, as it often does, had other plans. In a quiet village at the edge of the kingdom lived a girl named Lina. She was not rich nor famous, but she possessed a gentle heart and a curious mind. Lina spent her days helping her grandmother, tending gardens, and listening to the stories whispered by the wind. At night, she would sit beneath the stars, wondering what life looked like beyond the hills. She never imagined that someone from the palace ever wondered about her world too. Prince Adrian, the only son of the king, lived in a palace filled with gold, but empty of warmth. From a young age, his life was planned lessons, manners, duties, and one day, a royal marriage chosen for him. Though surrounded by people, the prince felt deeply alone. Sometimes, to escape the weight of the crown, Adrian disguised himself as a common traveler and wandered into the countryside, longing to feel like a normal boy, if only for a while. One spring afternoon, fate brought them together. Lina was gathering wildflowers near the forest when she noticed a young man struggling to fix a broken cartwheel. Without knowing who he truly was, she offered her help. They talked, they laughed. For the first time in years, Adrian felt seen not as a prince, but as a person. He returned again and again, each visit deepening their bond. Lina spoke of dreams, kindness, and simple joys. Adrian shared stories of pressure, expectations, and a life that felt like a cage. One evening, Lina followed him farther than usual to the edge of the palace grounds. Their guards bowed. The truth shattered her heart. He was a prince. Feeling betrayed and small, Lina fled back to the village, convinced their worlds were never meant to meet. Adrian, burdened with guilt, tried to explain, but palace walls and royal rules stood between them. Soon, the king announced a grand royal engagement. The kingdom rejoiced, but Adrian refused. For the first time, he stood before the court and spoke not as a prince, but as a young man in love. He declared that true worth was not measured by bloodlines, but by character. The king was furious until a great flood struck the village. Lina risked her life to save children and elders, showing courage that even knights admired. Witnessing her bravery, the king finally understood. The king lifted the ancient law that separated royalty from commoners. Lina was welcomed into the palace, not as a servant, but as an equal. Their wedding was simple, held beneath open skies, where villagers and nobles stood side by side. And the people learned a powerful truth. A crown does not make a heart noble, love does. And so the prince and the village girl ruled together, not with fear or pride, but with kindness, listening to every voice in the kingdom. From that day on, children were taught that dreams are not limited by where you were born, only by how brave you are to follow your heart. And under the same stars they first met, their love became a story told for generations.